name of the team that I'm coaching is Trinity Little Falls. My name is Calvin Sosibo. What inspired me to go into coaching was to see the kids grow, to see the kids also being part of initiatives where they can be good ambassadors in society, because football brings everybody together. Why is it important to support young talent at a younger age? Because there's pillars. There's entry level, which is active. There's active, and then there's where you're going to find players just having fun, which is a fundamental part. And then you get to a stage where now you start developing technique, and then from the technique it needs to go to the tactical side, because the players need to be whole-rounded in a sense that you can't just jump stage. So there is stages in football, so that inspiration comes through that. Why is tournament important in a player's growth? Because we need to measure them in terms of their development, how far they are, what we still need to work on as coaches, and we develop a long-term player development plan, which will help them to the next 4 or 5 years. We can actually see where they are. What was my game plan for today, and did it work? Yes, it did work. We realized that they are taller, so we're not going to be playing too much into our, the hazard zone, which is our heated areas. We don't try to build as much because they had a higher pressing line. So them having a higher pressing line, they will always leave gaps behind. So that helps us because we got speed up front. We're able to use that and play the balls behind. Also, looking at the goalkeeper, he was short, so we're always trying to test him from far because aerial presence and aerial quality wasn't there. How do I build trust within my team? I think players relate to you in terms of your philosophy. The first thing that you do, you always have to come in and then instill your philosophy within the team. Remember, there's behavior philosophy, there's cultural philosophy, there's also a nutritional philosophy. So all those things take in effect. So for me to build that, they need to see it with me first. If I don't do it well, they won't do it. So you must be the good steward and lead them. I define success by my own winning. I think when you see kids fully expressing themselves and enjoying themselves, I think that's the biggest success than actually winning things, because when you do win, you do forget those things, but how many lives do you touch within your winning? And how much can you integrate that into society? What separates a good player from a great player is the technical aspect, it's the game understanding, and also the knowledge that comes within the game. So those are actually the pillars that will help the player to go to the next level. How do you identify potential on players and coaches that they overlook? I think every child deserves an opportunity. And the more opportunity that they get and the more skills that they are given, it helps them to also develop. Firstly, you need to work on kids' confidence. So when you work on kids' confidence, there's things that are missing on kids and you can't get it all at once. That's why the quality of coaching also informs in terms of what are you looking at. That's, I said, philosophy. If I'm going to be a fast building team, I'm going to need speed. If I'm going to be a pressing team, I'm going to need speed. If I'm dealing with set pieces, that means when I look for scouting, I'm going to look for taller players. So it varies. So the qualities are different because they want different elements into the game. What's the biggest lesson that I teach my kids is respect, team bonding, unity, work for one another, not against each other. Understand at the end of the day, when you leave the field, you have given your all, and you understand why you woke up, why you showered, why you ate, why you're on the field. So that's the biggest motivation to them. What does my team stand for? Trinity means unity. We're coming together again. There's pillars that are followed, which is a Christian school. So the values that are actually there, they are instilled within the kids, which is high respect, know your adults, be fair, and do everything at the best of your ability, and given a fair chance. My coaching journey, currently I'm doing CAF B license in Pretoria. I'm an ex-professional player. So this came about for me, the passion and the love of the game, because I've been in the stadium, former international and locally. I've played for one of the biggest teams in the country. So this also helped me to say, kids, do you believe that you can do it? Because I'm there as a reference to say, if we go according to this, this is what we're going to get at the end of the day. Because now when I go and educate myself, there's a difference between me playing and there's a difference then now when I'm coaching. When you coach, you reteach from birth. When you're playing, it's what I know. If I was taught wrong, I don't want to influence the kids with the same wrong methods that I've done. So I made sure that I go back, recalibrate myself, then it's life after football, then I have to come back and then now put back to society, which is, for me, the biggest thing is to produce national team players. It's not only about me, that how many players I develop for the country, which is if we have tournaments of this nature, they give us a platform to also to see, because you guys, while you are recording, you can trace, so we are not surprised. So when you go to archives, we talk to you guys, we pull out the archive and say, hey, listen, this guy has played such a prestigious tournament at school, and this is the result that we see.